N.O.vate. So let me fix my leg again. That's my sister. So now I got another one. We got another series now. Before we did the 3-part series for the prison stories. I'll do that again. That's just testing. I'm testing things on this channel while I'm not battle rapping. Then I'll edit it and take it to my main channel. So y'all getting exclusive shit. Y'all getting me building different channels. This is how I build different channels. But I usually don't do it here. But since I can get it, since I can at least engage some type of analytics here, I know, you know what I mean? And I know what not to talk about from just the last 3 videos I did. The second one was the one because I was more genuine. I was talking about spiritual. When dudes go to jail, they give you the grimy side. They don't give you it's a spiritual side. It be niggas in that motherfucker doing sorcery. Man, it be mad niggas in prison doing in jails. And the reason I say prison because Wayne County was a fucking prison. I don't care what nobody say, man. Wayne County was the worst county. Wayne County was worse than the prison. Do your fucking research, man. The nigga pulled a fucking gun in the county, bro. If you can pull a gun in a prison, that's a bad. Just imagine what the fuck else we doing behind them doors. He the one that killed the Sheriff William Dickerson. He the one that killed. He the one that. That's what my story will be engaged around, unless I do something else. But he the one that killed our best friend, bro. I never forgot that shit. Young nigga George, man, he was shot him 16, shot him, no, they shot him 6 times in the face, and he was 16 years old. They shot him 6 times in the face, bro. I'm about to tell y'all some shit. I be holding back. Niggas be like, man, but you can look at it in spirit, like the weaker spirits play the stronger spirits. Like even in the devil's kingdom, it's a rebellion. And you man, and this you gotta look at shit spiritually. Like you dealing with spiritual people that got these weak ass demons that would love to take your territory, that would love to take over your principality, that would love to prove to their demonic prince that I was stronger than his spirits. We fight not against flesh and blood, young man. What I just said was very fucking deep. That's why I do what I do. Because you can say what you want. Like, I don't believe him or nothing. But you can't deny what the fuck I'm saying. You can show this shit to an old nigga in prison. And he'll be like, bro, that nigga's saying some stuff I didn't even notice. Like, he telling y'all stuff. I did 20. I ain't gonna say no nigga down like 40. But I did 20. And I didn't even notice the stuff that dude is telling us. Because it never changes. Nothing is new under the sun, bro. But this one is gonna be about a crazy story, bro. This is gonna be about a story of, man, this was the dumbest stick up I've ever been through. I'm not gonna hold no punches either. People call me like, man, you would have been better off just stand to yourself. And just because when I'm by myself, I can drink and smoke and can't know. But when I'm around other people, I be thinking I'm helping everybody, and I be trying to tell story points here, and I'll be drunk. I'll end up making shit up, thinking I'm helping somebody or something. I'll be knowing what I be doing. I'll be blacked out drunk in story mode, just making shit up. And people in battle rap notice that. Smart people. Same niggas I'm talking about. Same niggas that's been to prison. Same niggas that could see that shit off the back. Like, nah, that's not real. But nothing's real online, so why would I be? But that's not the right way to think, but that's how I thought. But I'm going to tell you the most dumbest robbery I've ever been through, bro. And the reason I could tell these stories without a grimace look on and without a chop in my lap or without my AR-15 in my lap is because I'm 51. So you could see that God kept, there was a certain point in my life to where God kept me at peace. So I learned, like, don't worry about nothing. And the only reason I learned not to worry about nothing is to know that God loved people because he loved me. I was a mess. If he loved me, that means he loved everybody. That means I don't hate nobody because he didn't hate me. And that's how I moved. That's how I moved through life. Like, I can't hate you because God didn't hate me. God saved me when I would have killed me. I would have killed me. Yeah, man. So let's get into it. The most dumbest stick up I've ever been involved in, bro. I'm gonna tell y'all some stick up, and I don't talk this shit to be like, oh, he talking that stick up shit, cause we from the west side. Dudes on the west side was the dudes that hustle. It was the east side dudes that would come stick us up. That's when Big Meech came into, like, people like Big Meech from the Southwest Detroit. No, man, Big Meech was mingling with niggas on the east side. He was from the Southwest, but in Detroit, if you smart from early on, I wasn't that smart. I was doing dirt around my family. You're not gonna do no dirt around your family. So some niggas know Big Meech from the east side. Some niggas be like, he from Southwest Detroit. And that's how Detroit just divide themselves and never build off the truth. Cause they got these different views of seeing this nigga. But he wasn't, man, that's why that nigga came out of jail like this. He went in jail small. He just smart. It was certain niggas in Detroit that was just smart. But bro, if a nigga hustle and don't drink or smoke, that nigga got money. The niggas that will fuck their money up, some niggas got money because they out. I'm gonna tell y'all some. Oh, I got some story. This might be a 6-part series, bro. But I'll tell y'all how we did it. I saw how my boy did it. I'm jumping subjects, but I'm gonna touch back on every subject that I just jumped to. I remember one day this nigga E called me. He was like, "Watch this, G Money." He was like, so we went, we put, I'll tell the story now. We put a bunch of money away somewhere. And he left out with like 15,000. No, 1,500. He like, and this just for my girl Belle. Watch this. This nigga would put his money away and would cleanse himself and protect. And he would start with nothing, bro. And he'll be like, watch me make $10,000 every day this week without no money. Yup. Nobody know how to hustle. I'm gonna put my cigarette out to tell this story. Then I'll go back to the main story. And I'm not really doxing a nigga like I'm not dry snitching on the nigga because this ain't no murder shit. But we used to catch charges like conspiracy with intent to deliver or conspiracy for running an illegal business, shit like that. Um, but bro, this nigga would be like, watch this shit, bro. Watch what I do. I'd be like, what you about to do? I helped him do it. He was like, watch what I do. He said, we just counted 350, right? Put it away. More than a quarter mil. Just stashed it somewhere. I took the ones and the fives out that. Watch what I do. We spent that money. I'm like, bro, you ain't got no bread. Like, what you about to pull a rabbit out your hat? He was like, watch this. He called his peeps. Boom. So in Detroit, back then, birds was going for like 26. He'll get that joint for like 18. Don't let him get it for 14. But let's say if it was a rush, like this day, he was like, they 18, they expecting it for 18. It's not a drought. I'm gonna get it for what they want. I'm gonna get it for the 18. But the game was in the whipping, bro. And see, it's not this when you know niggas not really from the streets. Cause niggas like I used to whip coke, but if you never say that you had to sell it to niggas that could sell it really fast, cause if you whip it, that baking soda, that shit gonna break down. It's gonna crumble up. So you gotta know, like I got niggas that's buying from me that's gonna sell that shit like that, to where they'll never notice how I'm whipping it. That was his first. That was his first genius move. I'm only selling this batch. Watch what I do with this batch. It's a drought out here. It's going into a drought, or we coming off a drought, whatever. But he had niggas in his pocket. Some niggas he had to show respect and be like, bro, I'm getting it for whatever. But some nigga, it was like 20 niggas, bro, that he'll be like, so we won't have no money, and he'll be like, okay, bring me 20, bring me 20. I got you for a whole one. He'll be like, bring me 40. I got you for two, and he getting them for like 18. I'm like, he making 2,000 off each bird. But the way he doubling the bird when he cook it. And he sell it to them type of niggas really fast. Because I mean he sell it to niggas that could sell it fast. So no niggas could come back like, yo, that shit crumbled. That shit was a soda ball. So if he knew like cause the coke was so strong. But regardless, if it's a soda ball, it's gonna crumble after a while. You give a nigga enough weight. But if niggas break that shit down in the rocks and pitch that shit off and never notice it, man, you doubled your money without having no money. He used to take other niggas' money. Like, give me your money. I'll have that for you. Just bring the money. He had it in their mind. They like he always want the money. This how we did it. This how smart this nigga was. Like, just bring me the money. We ain't got no money. They know we rich. We driving around in the Eddie Bowers and all this shit. He ain't got no bread. He like, just bring me your money. You bring me 20. You bring me 10. I got you for half. You bring me 25. I got you for eight. The key. You bring me 5. I got you for a quarter. I remember all that shit, bro. I was watching everything. Like, this little nigga smart as hell. Because Ernie was little. I don't want to say his name when I'm talking this type of talk. Lil E was little. Only because I love the nigga and I don't want to put no devils on his name. And I think that's spiritual. Like, I don't want to put no bad spirits on him. But that nigga would do that, bro. He would call like 20. Middle level drug dealers. Now, if we got the big birds and you got to sell that shit right, you know, niggas selling it to other niggas will wait. Then you deal with them, and you know what I mean. You gotta make your money. Nobody know what you're doing. Nobody. I don't know how you make that type of money. But when it came to them niggas that thought they had like 40,000, that thought they was in the streets with they trust, I got 20,000. Them the niggas. That nigga, man, he milked y'all niggas for years, bro. He would tell all y'all niggas, just bring me your money. So he got like let's be realistic. Let's say he got like 8 niggas. One nigga bring him 40. One nigga bring him 20. One nigga bring him 10. Whatever they bring him, he doubling it because he whipping up what they sell, what he selling them, because he know they running into the east side selling that shit like that. He'll have no money, and we'll end the day with like 100,000. He'll be like, you see? I'll be like, oh shit, yeah. I never told nobody that. The only man we used to whip that shit, man. I be telling niggas online, like, bro, we used to put powdered milk on that shit, bro. You put powdered milk, man. I come from the day where you got a triple beam scale, and we used to take quarters under the triple beam. Under your side, we'll have like 2 quarters tape. So whatever we sold you would be like a half ounce off. Each quarter was a quarter. And wait. Yep, you can use the metrics. That nigga was so smart. He used the dope system and he used the coin system against the dopes, and he take money under his triple beams. If you was buying a lot of keys, he knew how much money to tape under your side of the triple beam scale. Man, I've been around some smart niggas. That's why I say I'm a smart nigga. Like I play niggas humble. But when you been out the game as long as me, like you can be too humble to where you'll be humble enough to be tried. And that's how some niggas got. That's how niggas never got out. Like a nigga like Fleece Johnson, 14 years old. Everybody gonna try you. But if you a monster, you're gonna eat their food. You're gonna get more time and more time and more time and more time. I had to politic jail to where I didn't get sent to prison. I didn't want to get sent out of Michigan because I knew I didn't. The only niggas I knew was in Ohio. All right, enough of that. Let's go back to my story. I can go right back to the point of my story I was at. So, bro, man, this was the stupidest robbery I've ever seen, and that's why bro. If you watch the way I talk, man, I can teach niggas how to tell their life in the right way. Like, bro, but you gotta. It ain't easy, and it ain't practicing the story. It's just knowing the format. It's really biblical. If any movie you watch got one act, Genesis, then you go to no, I got 4 acts. Most movies, you go to Genesis, you go to Noah, you go to Abraham, you go to Jesus. 4 acts. You don't think the devil teach us that when he give them the wisdom to do the shit we do in our flesh? Every movie follows a Bible act pattern. Facts. But that's going too deep. That ain't gonna make no sense. But I'm gonna tell this story. I ain't even getting to the story, and we 13 minutes deep. And I told this story on my channel before, but I'm gonna tell it like raw theory. Like this shit was gruesome. That's why I'm not quick to tell it, cause I'm in my subconscious. Like, are you really gonna say this shit? I'm like, you said it before, but this was the dumbest. Now I go everywhere, but if you listen, you'll be like, that nigga went everywhere and somewhere. Like, how the fuck you go everywhere and somewhere to where you understand it? That's why God uses me. When I really submit to God, as a Muslim would say, when I really get to my deen, as a Christian would say, when I really submit to the Holy Spirit, man, I'll tell you stuff nobody in this world will tell you. So I'm gonna tell you that in the natural too. I'm gonna tell you stuff in the natural that nobody would tell you. Man, if you watch my jail story, it's niggas been in prison all their life that didn't know this stuff I noticed from accounting. As far as human nature. Bro, this the dumbest stick up in the world. And this stick up is why I'm so close to this guy's mom. Why I think I'm so close. I still pray for Dior. They might see this. I'm real close to his sister and his mother. But I don't know if his sister see me on YouTube or not. You never know. But so man, let's get into the story, bro. So in Detroit, man, there was niggas that like man, we grew up around shit to where you got these cars, you got these Eddie Bauers, we got these Cadillacs, we got these Daytons. We driving around. I'm driving around with these niggas like, damn. Bro, I didn't know how it felt to be a regular person. Like we started getting money so early, you can get in the mind state to where you be like everybody else is, like they are food. So you got to understand how the elites think about us, because we thought about each other. Like if you got a certain amount of money, everybody under that bracket is just food. Like they not a regular human. Like it's sick to think like that, but that was the natural nature way of thinking. Like man, we got these money, these niggas working jobs. Like that's a working nigga. Like they not human. We ain't look at it like they not human. We like they not like us. They not the same. They not. But sometimes I used to be like, how would it feel to be like that? That's why, like you can manifest destiny and it doesn't manifest. It's now I'm like that. Now I'm a regular person. Like oh, now I get it. But you can manifest destiny on yourself like that. See how I bungee jump off subjects? I bungee jump a lot, but I come back. The main point is this story, nigga. But I'm a movie writer. I went to New York Film Academy. I went to the Fashion Institute. I was one of the first graduates from TCI. They took all my. I got 60 college credits, and I got a degree from TCI. They took our degrees. I'm gonna go back to my story, but at TCI, bro, TCI is a college in Manhattan, bro. They was teaching us behind the motherfucking curve. It was a lot of blacks and Hispanics. It was a lot of blacks and Chinese. Um, they was teaching us stuff that they knew would change after we learned it. As far as like macro media, instead of just telling the public like this technology is advancing too fast, we need to lower the college costs. They don't have that type of system. If technology is advancing really fast, the college costs got to drop with that advancement, or you're gonna be teaching people behind the curve that's not going to that type of wisdom yet, Joy. I know mad shit. I know everything. Now let's go back into my story. I don't even want to tell a story now. I'm finished with the video. Facts. I'm done. This shit over. Let me tell you how dumb these niggas was, bro. The dumbest robbery I've ever seen. And I'm not gonna veer off this rob. I'm not gonna veer off the subject no more. I'm gonna get off this. Dumbest robbery I've ever seen, bro. So this what happened, bro. Like I said, I was always a nigga that how I foreshadowed everything in this story. You gonna see everything I talked about was like a foreshadow to what I'm about to talk about. So I was always a nigga that he'll be like G Money sell his bird, or me and this nigga Eric Whiteside, Eric sell his bird. When I got locked up, he was using Eric. That's when I got out, niggas was putting bugs in my ear. Like, man, that nigga got money. He ain't paying you. You his best friend. But I never listened to that. I just came out of jail. Niggas in jail was putting bugs in my ear. Like I don't listen to that on the house. Then when I came out my second bit, I was a monster. I was going crazy, bro. This little nigga, he's not little. This young man of God now, named Leon. I tell you, he Leon from the West Side, Detroit. Um, Leon had a brother named forget Leon brother name. What was your big but Leon? No, like Leon used to be under me. We was all equal, but he saw me going crazy. Like this nigga out here doing shit I can't even say right now. But so man, these niggas was so I used to be the nigga that'll bring you the key. If you timing them from the west side and you them niggas on the Livernois and shit, the west side was set up. You got niggas from Livernois, then you got Wyoming, then you got Schaefer. When you go to Schoolcraft, I ran school. I was scary on Schoolcraft. Like I would do shit. Like I was with niggas on the west side that got money, and we was more chill. Like with the bitches, the cars. We ain't like stick up niggas. But I hung with stick up niggas, and I would do crazy shit that I never told my boys. Like I was losing my fucking mind. Like on Schoolcraft, bro, it was me. It was this nigga named Cedric Young, and it was this big fat nigga named Boo. We tore that bitch up. They don't got no houses on Patton. On Patton and Schoolcraft and between Finkel, it's not that many houses. Man, we went house to house shooting it up. You shoot my house up, I'ma set the crack house up next door. You shoot that crack house up, I'ma set this crack house up. You shoot that crack house. That was the economy of drugs in the city. This what the feds did, and I never seen it, but I bet you it's true. And I'm gonna go back to my story. What they did is they started in New York. New York is that's why they call New York the Big Apple, bro. I'm rambling, But everything I'm saying, I'm giving you gems. I'm giving you knowledge. Like back to this, what I did in jail. When I in my last video, when I told you that many people didn't watch it, when I was like, bro, I control wisdom. I'm giving that shit to you. I'll, I'll drill a nigga with wisdom in jail. To that nigga don't got no choice to be like, this young nigga just drilled me. I was a 5%er. They would call me a 1%er. Like he's a one, cause if you young like that back in the old jail days, if you come in, first time I came in, man, I remember the first nigga that looked at me, bro. I was sitting in a chair, and I was just looking at his leg. I'm like, this nigga walking around, he doing all this shit. I'm looking at this nigga knee, and all that shit came back on me. But I'm like, bro, I kicked that nigga leg, like, bomb, broke his shit. What happened? The guards, he came in, now, I'll be smart on you. I'll do something smart. Fact. That's the difference between a nigga that can fight and a nigga that can't fight. With some niggas, I used to fight and I used to see a blur when I first got there. Everything a blur. But then I started seeing you. I'm like, man, bing, 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 bing. Just straight punches. Straight. These niggas be fighting like this. They fight like this in jail, trying to throw their weight. If you smart enough to come in like bing, 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 hitting them niggas hard as hell. I used to be at the punching bag. They'd be like, what the fuck he doing? I'm like, OG taught me. Like, nigga, I'm gonna hurt you close up. I'm gonna build my muscles for reaction. It's a different thing. It's a fight or flee. Nigga, I'm a fight. I don't give my mind no time to flee. Nigga, fuck with me. I'll be so close to you. Then if I get too close, I'm biting you. Like he trying to bite my neck. Get the fuck off me. Strong ass niggas throwing me off them. Like, man, get this nigga off me. But then the older niggas would be like, bro, I was TV for them niggas. I had them old niggas in there, and I knew it. I knew it. Like these niggas watching me. Like you want to watch me, nigga? I'm gonna make your bit fun as a bitch while I'm here. Cause I knew I had like a year and a half. I know these niggas ready to go upstate for life. I'm like, I'm about to get these niggas some shit to tell you, man. They was like this little crazy. They called me Spud. Like this little crazy nigga named Spud in jail. They call me Spud because the way I play basketball. Cause I'll just run at you and I'll dunk on you. And there was niggas in there that'll throw me up. Like, whoo. They'll be like, that's Spud. I'll come from somewhere. And my boy, one of our G's will be like, and they'll throw us up. Not just me. They did that to it. They'll throw the little niggas up and we'll dunk on the other team. Like, bitch. And I dare you to do something after the nigga just threw me up. You disrespect me, you disrespected him. That's how jail was. I'm everywhere with, but people gonna love this. They gonna be like, I ain't know N.O.vate was that fucking deep. Yeah, they didn't let me get that deep. Every time I said something goofy, they would just highlight it. Like I'm too nice. I'm nice. I'm just telling y'all stories. I'm a nice nigga, bro. You'll look at me and you wouldn't see that until you see it. You'll be like, oh, that nigga whole demeanor changed in the instant. Then he went back to being nice again. Like that's a psychopath. That's not a social. I don't listen. The difference between the psychopath and the sociopath is that neither one of us give a fuck about people, but a sociopath allows society to control how we give a fuck about you. I came out of both of them shits. The only way to come out of both of them shits is just to love people. That's why I stressed that earlier on. Like you gotta love people. And the only way to love people is to fear God. That's why the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. If we serve a God that is love, that means if God is love, if he's giving you wisdom, is to lead you into that love. So if you fear him, that should teach you love. That should teach you love for other people. Not that you fear him hurting you, you fear displeasing God because he loved you when you didn't deserve it. So you can't hate no one that doesn't deserve it. Now I'm going to get to the story. I don't even want to tell a story. But I'm going to tell the story. I foreshadowed the shit out of it, didn't I? I'm smoking joints, blunts. So dig this. These niggas stupid as hell. So I foreshadowed everything. Now we just gonna run straight through the story. Bro, we in the car. I'm driving him. I'm in this little green caddy. We not little. That motherfucker was nice, nigga. Gold doorknobs, piped out. Everything was gold and wood grain, Kenwood. Bam. But if you lost your hubcaps in Detroit, I used to steal your hubcaps. I had hubcaps. I used to steal that shit. I'm driving. I'm looking in the mirror. Remember, I'm telling you, I'm coming off my second. I'm coming off that 19-year-old bit. Smart nigga. Only way to survive. I get that shit confused. But I knew if you from jail, if you meet a nigga from prison, you walking with him and hanging with him, he might trip you out because he looking off car windows, like he looking off the reflection of everything. So I'm looking out the side view mirror, looking at the nigga while my boy go get the 2 kilos. The nigga, this nigga, I don't even want, I'm gonna say the nigga name. Fuck that nigga. Because he did us dirty. And I told Lil E, like, this nigga doing us dirty, bro. Like, man, there was a nigga named Low from the east side. Big ass nigga. He did this shit to us. So, man, this nigga give him 2 keys. And when E turned around, I said his name before. I just don't like saying his name because I got love for the nigga. I wouldn't even want nobody saying my name in this content. I wish we had nicknames. Our nickname was Little E and G Money. I see E turned around and I see how the nigga looking at him like, bro, that nigga looked at you crazy when you turned around. He's like, man, nah, G Money, man. But what he did this time, bro, is this the first time this ever happened? Did he? No, he gave Ernie knew. He was like, nah, G Money. But Ernie didn't like me knowing that he knew because he wasn't gonna do shit. So he didn't want me to think he was soft. Like I'm not gonna do shit. So he was like, I ain't know. But he wrapped the keys up in the baseball. He took them out the thing. I don't know if the nigga brought it to him, but he had them shits was like softballs. They weren't the regular kilo. We used to get the kilos where you gotta cut the duct tape off, then you gotta peel the duct tape, and that shit be having scuba gear. You gotta cut the scuba gear, like all that shit be wet. And then to get down to a logo, it got the scorpion logo with hot sauce. It got a piece, man. I've seen kilos with a piece of bread with hot sauce. What the fuck? But this nigga gave us this shit. So everybody looking for that square brick is what I'm saying. But this shit was in a baseball like this, 2 of them. Boom. So we take them in the basement. I'm like, bro, that nigga was looking at you crazy. So I'm playing a video, I'm playing a Nintendo with Dior. I'm playing a Nintendo with his niece. And I hear something at the window. I don't know. These niggas at the back window, these niggas on top of the house. All I hear is like a tap at the window. And it's a Uzi there and it's a 9 there. I kept he kept, but close to me, I kept not a Uzi, a Mac 10 and a 9mm, a Ruger. And I kept them, but I kept the clip out. Because back then with a 9mm and the Ruger, you could switch the clips. Like that 9 clip will fit in the Mac 10. No, it'll fit in the Tech. I don't remember, but we didn't have choppers. We had Tech 9s back then. I was the only nigga that had like an AR-15 or some goofy shit. And I did trouble with that, but nobody knew. But we knew how to switch them Mac 10 bullets between them 9 bullets. So it was there. That's what but he didn't keep the clip in it. Let me stop saying me. So I'm sitting there with his niece with a gun next to me, and I just feel like boom. I remember, bro, in my mind, I thought a fucking bear was jumping through the window. I don't know why the fuck I thought that. I thought a bear. I went to trauma mode, but then I caught it. But at first, because I told her, no, that ain't what happened. I was playing Nintendo, and I heard the tap at the window, and I wanted to play by myself. Like, she was all messing with the game, and I'm trying to get better to beat this nigga at football. Like, Dior, leave me alone. And I'm like, it's a bear at the window. That's what I said. That's what happened. See how trauma works, how that story intertwined. So when you listen to somebody tell their stories, especially like a rape victim or somebody like that girl Allie that's dealing with the Puffy case, and people like it's another girl dealing with the Puffy case that be looking bugged out. You got to know how to read between the lines of their pain sometimes. So that was a line between my pain that you had to read in between. Like he mixed the story up. Niggas in battle rap was doing to me. They would catch points like that. They'll be like, he a liar. But just imagine me blacked out drunk trying to tell this shit. So I'm like, Dior, I'm playing the game. A bear just hit the window. You better run upstairs. And she was in my lap. And then a nigga asked in the window. Now, what I thought was that he hit with a shotgun. That's what I thought in my mind. Like, I just got hit with a shotgun because all of the glass. And I had a choice, an instant choice. Like, I grab one of these guns and I clip it. And I fall back on the floor. or I grab this child and I run and I run. I grab the child. I run through the living room and in Ernie house, we in the back. I ran through the living room and I ran to the steps and I'm trying to take her upstairs. And I see niggas coming downstairs like Detroit police. That's how they raided us. They raided us. I mean, they robbed us like they was cops. They robbed us like they was cops. And the nigga put the gun. I saw the gun in my face, and I remember putting her down and blocking my face. And I remember Ernie. I remember his sister Susan grabbed her. Man, this shit was like you can see God and the devil working simultaneously, bro. This shit really happened. And if they see this, and sometimes I say this for them, even if he see it, like damn, like I never looked at like G Money did get spiritual. Like I didn't know we was going through stuff like that. Maybe fully give my life to God. Cause man, in that house we was going through a fight, and I'ma tell him a part he didn't know. So I'm running up the steps with Dior. And the nigga come down the steps cause they came through the upstairs window. So they came through the back window on the first floor, but first I heard the nigga climbing the house. It's a bear outside the. I just thought I was hearing the trees, but they was climbing the house. So they came in the upstairs and the downstairs. So when he put the gun in my face, I blocked myself and I dropped her. Like, oh, he about to shoot me, and I'm holding her. I dropped her, and I saw Susan grab her. So and I fell down the steps backwards. Boom, 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 boom. And I got up. I ran to the basement. As I was running to the basement, a nigga was shooting the basement door off. Bam! I kept running to the basement. So this one, I run to the pantry, and I'm like, his mother come down there. I'm like, run, come in here, Miss Smith. And she came in the pantry and she went under the steps. So me and her in the pantry, dark. It's a light. And there's food everywhere, and it's a lampshade there. Back then, remember them lampshades you could pull, and it'd be like, zzz? I grabbed one of them lampshades, and I pulled it down, and I held it. And I held it, and you could hear them niggas outside, ravaging through shit. Outside the pantry, boom, boom. One nigga come in, this nigga Melvin. He ain't, I see the nigga. Stick up nigga. Skeet off. I know all this. I'm saying that. If you're a real Detroit baller, you know like this nigga dropping names that nobody from Detroit is still alive. I could tell stories that nobody's still alive to fucking tell. Or if they are, they know like I can't tell it. Like, but ain't nobody gonna do shit to me. Like I'm by myself now. That's why I be bugging out. Like, don't fuck with me, bro. I do you dirty, and you can't hurt nobody around me no more. But yeah. Anyway. I've done that around here. I'm trying to clean my life back up. I went through a backslide while I was bugging out in the Bronx. Hanging with this Crip dude. That's why I keep saying cuz. But anyway, man. So I'm running down the steps. I'm running down the basement steps. The nigga shoot the basement steps door off. Now mind you, from the beginning, they asked the window in. I make a choice. Do I grab the gun or grab the baby? I grab the baby. I run through the living room. I run up the steps. They coming down like Detroit police. They had their gun in my face, lights in my face, and everything. They was on some real stick up shit. Um, I blocked my face. I'm thinking I thought he was about to just shoot me in my face, and I was like, I was like, get the baby up. I dropped the baby, and his sister caught the baby in real time. I see Susan coming down as I'm going up. Boom! Ran straight out the front door. But it was so crowded that I couldn't get out the front door. So I ran towards the basement, like I'm gonna go out the basement door. Ernie ran out the front door too. I saw him and Susan run out the front door. But it was both of them. I'm like, if I run out the front door. So by now I'm like, we cognitively fucked up. We terrified. Like I'm not falling no more. So I'm like, if I run out the front door, we all at that time, like we gonna all fall. So I went the other way and I went to the basement. These niggas, man, this nigga come in the basement, he fucking with the fuse box. I'm looking at the nigga. Like, bro, I'm looking at this nigga. Like, damn. Then somebody else come in with a mask on. And he look at his boy, fucking with the fuse box, and he cut the light on. Boom. So all he gotta do is turn around and he gonna see my fingers. He gonna see my leg. All I'm covering up is this. I'm thinking so fast, like, I'm just gonna hit the ground, like, but I hear the niggas outside, like, where he at? And one nigga was like, he ran in the basement. Another nigga was like, no, he ran outside. I chased him outside. So nigga that shot the door open thought I was him. Cause me and we look just alike. So he thought he would, but I guess in he knew like, I guess he must have been just rapping. He wasn't thinking straight. Cause he should have knew it wasn't enough time. But Ernie did run outside. So I guess it was a nigga stronger than him that was like, he ran outside, keep looking, keep looking. But they was like, he ran down here. But they didn't know who he was. That mean that nigga sent. So if they would have found me, they would have killed the shit out of me. So, but I saved me. It's me. I didn't save nobody. God saved me and everybody in that house. And bro, let me tell you how dumb these niggas was. Now in the basement we cooked it. So we had a stove in the basement, and we used to have baking soda in pots. The baking soda. He'll reach in the bake. He had baking soda in the oven, and he had baking soda wrapped up in plastic so it wouldn't spill everywhere. And them niggas took the baking soda, bro. When I came out the pantry, there was two baseballs on the floor, bro. There was blood on the ceiling. Them niggas, I bet, man. Every story I tell, there might, man. You share this shit enough, there's gonna be a nigga that's gonna be like, I did that dumb shit. Man, there was blood all over the ceiling from them tearing down the drop ceiling looking for this shit. I come out the room, the 2 kilos are right on the fucking floor. They didn't even know what it was. The nigga sent the nigga to hit us and didn't tell us like I gave it to them niggas in baseballs. Or either Ernie changed into a baseball. Ernie knew like what G Money told me was true. Like he switched the way the kilo looked, and then he put fake kilos in his stove. I think that's what he did. Almost got his whole family killed. He did that a lot. It wasn't his fault. We just didn't know. That's the part of the game his brother didn't tell us. Like certain shit you can't do because people know where your family live. But I came out. I got the 2 keys. And bro, I'm telling you, I'm young. I'm like, man, I just went through all this shit. Like this nigga ran. I saw him run out the crib. I'm like, I just saved his. Like in my mind, I'm thinking sick. Like I saved this nigga family. He ran out the house. But when he came back in the house, he was like, where is G Money? He's like, where G Money? Like he was concerned about me. I was like, I'm right here, bro. Like I got the shit. Like them niggas ain't get shit. Facts, man. Them niggas that was the dumbest robbery I've ever been, and that really happened. And I hate saying that, and I hope if his family does see this, it doesn't trigger nothing. It lets them know, like, if you really look back at that, and we was in that, me, Felicia, Sue, man, God saved us. That shit was like the God and the devil was like not even playing chess, because that gives the devil too much credit. It's like they was doing something that was manifest that the devil had no control over. Like it was impossible for you to kill these people. Bro, there's other stories to where we've been stuck up at that same house and they couldn't kill us. We was on people know, but I'm gonna end that story with that. That's 37 minutes. But I say these stories to say, bro, I look back at that moment. I got altars in my life. Altars are not no DID shit. I got altars are God said, I say this a lot, bro. God says, come to my altar. But before you bring your gift to the altar, go and make peace with your brother. And then come back to my altar. So I got different places in my life to where I made peace with God. So an altar is a place where you have an encounter with God. Come to my altar, have an encounter with me. But there's different points in your life to where you make peace with God through that encounter. And you got to count them. And you got to set them up and you got to stand on them. Like, bro, this happened. Like, God saved me from this. Like, that's an altar in my life. That's an encounter with God. Something I'll never forget. Hallelujah. I'm out.